birthdays kind of lose their shine, but was this one special?
Life is special. People you're around. A lot of love today. Obviously, me and Nico, the birthday boys, except 13 years apart. But it was pretty awesome. Be able to play, bring some energy today, and obviously people reaching out all day. I appreciate the love and the messages and all that, and obviously to get a win and enjoy the 48 minutes out there was awesome. And now I get to go home and spend some time with the fam. It should be a pretty dope day. So I don't think it's lost its zest at all. It's just different.
Steph, I realize it's just one game, but for everything that happened today, I mean, the win, the stop of the losing streak, your birthday, and all that, would you call it storybook?
Nah, because I missed the free throw and I missed my 33rd point for the 33rd birthday. High standards over here.
What does Jordan Poole provide to you guys?
He's a spark plug, and he's obviously shown moments before he went down to Orlando. Obviously, what he did last year, as a rookie coming in and being kind of thrust into that situation, with a bunch of other young guys and a lot of injuries and all that. to coming in this year, he put so much work in. He is a dog when it comes to that. He puts the time in. He has a lot of confidence in himself, and it's just about figuring out where he can be the most impactful for our team. And I think going down to Orlando and just playing, getting reps in, showcasing what he can do. I think he proved to himself, who cares what anybody else says, he proved to himself that he, belongs out there on this level. And, 3 games he's played, he's gotten better and better, more aggressive, more assertive. And, we needed that presence tonight off the bench. He made some big shots, stayed out of foul trouble, and just made his presence felt, and that was huge for us.
Josh, what can you say about the role defense played in this win against one of the league's best offenses?
That's what we talked about coming out of the Clipper game. Was we had, before the All-Star break, we had climbed the charts doing our defensive rating and all that, but we had hit a lull during the losing streak where we weren't physical. We didn't make the opposing team feel us, and everybody was just comfortable playing against us and getting to their sets and getting to their spots. And a team like Utah, where they're so used to their patterns and their spacing and getting the ball moving, we wanted to set the tone early, just to try to take them out of those sets, make them work, make them go one-on-one. And take those challenges on, and knowing that they can still make shots. They're a great offense, but we set the tone early. It's totally night and day difference than when we were in Utah early in the season. So that gave us a chance, gave us life, and we took it from there.
Hey, Steph, Anthony Flores with NBC Bay Area. The effort we saw tonight, how much do you think that had to do with you getting after the guys the other night?
I mean, that was part of the message, but it's on every individual guy to take that and do something with it. So I like the way we responded. Now it's the message of the season. Now it's about putting, a couple games in a row with that type of effort and focus and intensity, and sustaining it.
To follow up on that, obviously how much play that highlight got of you yelling. That all the younger guys in the locker room look up to you. And Draymond was just saying how much your words resonate. What is it like now being 33, 12 years in, knowing that whatever you say to the room is going to make a difference?
Well, I knew that coming in. I mean, to last year before I got hurt to this year, where it's a different role as a leader, where you have a lot of guys who haven't done it before. It's a different type of message than we were used to, where you had a lot of vets in the room. There's still things you can say, but it's different messaging when guys have that type of experience and that know-how. With this year we have a lot of talent, a lot of skill set, just a different combination of guys that requires a different motivation approach, or a different assertiveness and consistency with what you're saying and how you're saying it. You don't always get it right, but I think with myself and Draymond just trying to do what we can on the court and in the locker room and off the court to make sure guys are feeling like they belong here and on this level. They have a lot to contribute, and we need every single one of them locked in on continue to get better. That we'll be better for it, throughout the season.
Steph, to piggyback off that, what kind of affirmations do you give your teammates in the over the course of the game to keep positive momentum rolling?
It's nothing. I don't know. It's kind of hard to catalog it. It's just you have an energy, you have a presence, timeliness with what you say, all those things. Sometimes you got to get out of your own way a little bit too, where whether I'm playing well or not, or whatever the case is, it's about the bigger message about where we're going. So you have to keep that in mind. Through that game-to-game, up and down emotional roller coaster that we've been on.
It's not the birthday shirt, but what do those birthday shoes mean to you and how you played today?
I mean, it's special. Obviously, nice little surprise from the family. But I don't know. I've always looked forward to the birthday editions of my shoes throughout the years. Because there's always a special nostalgia or some family tie or something part of the story in my life. So appreciative of the ability or of life in general, just the people that have poured into me over the years, and now to have kids old enough to know, bring some energy and flair and love to a shoe design is pretty dope.
Steph, we played earlier today, and he was talking about the mental hurdles he's had to kind of overcome, considering the tumultuous last 2 years that he's experienced. As someone who spent a lot of time with him, what have you seen from him as far as his development and growth from a mental standpoint?
I mean, over the years, he's just matured like a man should, especially in this league where you find yourself in your way as a professional athlete, but also as a human being. And he's such a unique person that he appreciates every moment, every guy that he's played with, every success he's had, and what he brings to the table. And I know he's been kind of challenged to find things to keep his focus and keep his positivity as he's gone through these injuries. And I think he's grown a lot through that kind of discovery process. But now being around our team, he has such a magnetic type of personality where you just want to be around him and hear what's on his mind. He's got jokes and all that. So it's nice that he's been around as much as he has this year. And I think it's going to help in the long run of his rehab journey to get back to the basketball player that we expect him to be. The person is he's in a good place in terms of that right now, I feel like.
So how much of a factor do you think pride was in the way you guys performed today?
I think I mentioned after the game, everybody who wants to be great in this league, you take things personally. So we responded. We've had a resilient attitude all year, and we needed every bit of it against a great team like Utah. It's a big win. The hard part about sustaining greatness in this league and being a great team, even a good team, is being able to back that up and validate it. So we've upped our expectations, I guess, in terms of how we can play. And, we got a game tomorrow against another great team. So, win or lose, you have to just come with the right attitude and approach. And I think we expect to do that.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Mark. Happy birthday, Steph.
Thank you.
I'm catching my train of thought now. Back to Clay. He spoke earlier just about picking up some other activities, whether it's chess or reading more or finding some ways, non-physical activities. One is swimming in the bay, but other than that, doing some things that aren't just about athleticism and sports. And do you sense sort of maybe a calm with Clay right now, Steph, that he's coping with this and coming around and knowing that he will get through this and come out on the other side? Now the boot's off and all these significant steps.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to when you go through rehab, where you have to make sure you keep yourself sane and positive and just in the right frame of mind, because rehab is hard and it's long, and especially what he's been through. So there's a calm about him, and I think he's he is in a good space where he knows what he kind of feeds off of and what he entertains him outside of basketball and figuring that out. I mean, y'all saw his Valentine's Day post where he's Captain Clay on the boat. He even put 3 different poses out there. You've never seen that from him. So I like that Clay. He's shown a little bit of his personality through this whole thing.
All right, one more. Go ahead. Christos, go ahead. Last question. Go ahead.
Okay. Steph, Draymond told us before that he wants to win the Defensive Player of the Year trophy. About you, the MVP trophy is back of your mind, is one of your goals this season.
It's always a goal to be at that level every year. I mean, the MVP is hard to win for a lot of different reasons. And Defensive Player of the Year, the same. I think you can talk about narratives and storylines and all that throughout the year, but when you're winning, those awards follow. So, yes, those are definitely goals because it means everything else is where you're at the level that you should be. But I think I don't know what he specifically said, but I think we've fallen in love with the challenge of trying to get back to winning basketball and what that means, and that brings out the best of us individually in terms of how we impact games and what we can control on that front. So win games, good things happen for your team, good things happen individually in terms of those acknowledgments, but stay in the moment.